For today's video, I do want to speak about Vitor Roque, and we're also going to be talking about other players that I think revolves around Vitor Roque's name. And you guys will know exactly what I mean by the time we do finish this video. It's going to be a very important one, so if you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you are a Barcelona fan, this is going to be the channel for you. So here's going to be the story. And I want to talk about Vitor Roque first, before we talk about any other player. And it says here, according to Mundo, that the registration of Vitor Roque is stuck and the club is waiting for the green light from La Liga. The player will be registered due to Gavi's injury and could be registered as a loan player. This will affect the salary limit for next season, and Barcelona must present a document in which it accepts this situation. And so yes, of course, Vitor Roque and Barcelona are struggling. Barcelona need to work on registering the player. And you guys may be questioning, why even bring Vitor Roque if Barcelona knew that there was a potential of not signing and registering Vitor Roque fully? Well, it does say here that Barcelona will sue Libero for not paying the 40 million euros that was owed to the club for Barcelona Vision. The deadline was today, which was about 2 or 3 days ago, and now the club is starting legal procedures. So Joan Laporta thought Libero was going to be reliable and bring the 40 million euros in order to register Vitor Roque, but they did not bring that. And that is why we see Joan Laporta in Dubai with some former health and education minister, and he has also met with some businessmen. We know that Joan Laporta is definitely trying to lock down some deals so Barcelona can be financially stronger and potentially lead to what we want, which is for Vitor Roque to be signed and fully registered. And many sources have also wanted to claim this and add more details. And I quote, Joan Laporta has engaged in discussions with various companies and businessmen, potentially playing a crucial role for Barcelona studios. In anticipation of any possible scenarios, Joan Laporta has taken proactive measures to respond prominently and address the financial requirements of the club. So this move of whatever Joan Laporta is trying to do in Dubai is going to be helping us in January and also in the summer transfer window. Because remember, in the summer, Barcelona want to have a big margin because they simply want to sign a huge star in the upcoming summer. So Joan Laporta is thinking beyond Vitor Roque as of now. Like, yes, we want to handle this situation with Vitor, but since Joan Laporta is there, he's like, okay, let me try and see if I can bang 2 in 1. Now, many people might question, but Kevin, remember how you talked about the Super League and how Barcelona were supposed to be receiving 1 billion euros? Why are we still struggling? So yes, the Super League is approved, but the process and everything starting is not going to happen until 2025. There's a reason why the Barcelona stadium, the brand new Camp Nou, won't be ready until November 2024, is because everything is being properly planned. Barcelona will have the stadium ready by November 2024, and then by 2025, Barcelona will receive a huge payment that will solve a lot of problems. And what better way to introduce the Super League, right? Being one of the owners when you have your brand new stadium fully ready, because it is going to be a stadium that will carry about 110,000 people. So it's going to be crazy. So this year of 2024, we're still going to have to fight. We have a battle to fight, and it's going to be a long one that is going to be carrying all year. And so again, like I've said, seeing this situation with Vitor Roque in Barcelona, this is the reason why I am pro Super League and why I want the Super League, because we struggle every window. We always have to struggle with registration issues. And as a Barcelona fan, I want the best for this club because I myself do care, and I know that many Barcelona fans do care about their club. And the Super League is something that will benefit the club greatly, and we won't experience registration issues every transfer window. And it gets very tiring because we have been struggling with this type of problem since the pandemic. Many clubs have already moved on from the pandemic hit. Now, we're not the only ones. There's still clubs out there that are struggling financially, but many top clubs have already moved away from this situation, but Barcelona have not. And one thing happened recently that did not really go with me well. For example, Claudio Echeverri, he's going to Man City. He's going to be signing a 6-year deal. All the documents have been exchanged, fully signed, and he won't move to Man City until November 2024. Very similar to the situation of Vitor Roque with Barcelona. So Echeverri will be a Man City player and will wear the Man City shirt by the winter transfer window of 2025. And this is not the first time Barcelona have lost on a player because Barcelona wanted Claudio Echeverri. This is actually considered as the second time. The first time was with Julian Alvarez. Julian Alvarez was a player Barcelona wanted. Yes, it is true that we chose Ferran Torres over Julian Alvarez, which many of you guys have claimed, but that is only because we have heard what Julian wanted and who he chose, and that was Man City, and that is why Barcelona moved on to Ferran Torres, because we couldn't lock down a deal with Julian Alvarez, and it was because of the same reason that happened with Claudio Echeverri a couple of days ago. Barcelona simply do not have the financial capability. This is what's also going to lead me to Messinho. Barcelona want Messinho, but they're struggling to find a deal. Other clubs do want Messinho, which is a problem because teams like Manchester United, Man City, PSG, the top clubs that have money, money can easily push Barcelona away. And we know that Palmeiras are looking for the best deal. They're looking for the biggest bag, and Barcelona cannot give the biggest bag. Now, luckily for us, Messinho is a player that does only want Barcelona, and I hope that it does stay that way because he's still very young and things could change in a few months. Recently, in an interview, he did state this, and I quote, "I watch almost all Barcelona games. I am a fan of the club. I have great admiration for the players who play there, and I also hope to be there too. Playing for Barcelona is my dream. I was born watching Neymar, Messi, and Suarez play at Barcelona, and that is my dream." So you can see that Messinho is probably going to do Barcelona a favor, but still, it's a very scary situation to be in because we have lost on multiple youngsters due to the fact that Barcelona do not have the financial capability for anything. Andre Curry, who is a very close agent to Barcelona, is also helping in this situation. He is somebody that is very close to the Brazilian players. So it does say here, according to Roger Torreo, that Andre Curry knows Barcelona's financial fair play issues, and that is why he is willing to help and force Palmeiras to accept a suitable payment method for Messinho. His release clause is 60 million euros. The plan would be to pay a small amount to Palmeiras now and the rest when the player arrives in 2025. And remember, what is going to be happening in 2025? That is the Super League. So Barcelona would have no problem completing the full 60 million euros by that year. So I hope that in the end, he pulls a Vitor Roque and says he only wants FC Barcelona. So circling back to Vitor Roque, it says here, according to Alex Pintanel, that once Vitor Roque is registered, the club will enter the market in search of a midfielder. And you guys already know exactly who that midfielder is going to be. That is Alex Garcia. Most likely it is him. I know that there has been rumors about Barcelona maybe wanting a player from the Premier League, but most likely it will be Alex Garcia. And the reason why is because of Gavi's absence. If you guys also want to know the latest regarding Alex Garcia, it says here, according to Mundo Deportivo, that Girona say that Alex Garcia's clause is around 20 million euros, but Barcelona sources are claiming that they have asked for a figure of around 12 million euros instead of 20 million euros. It must be remembered that the first time Oriol Romeo's clause was 10 million euros, it eventually became 5 million euros, and Barcelona paid only 3.4 million euros. So the same thing could happen with Alex Garcia. Barcelona have more names other than Alex, despite the fact that they like him, and they are waiting for La Liga's reply on how much financial fair play margin they have. Right now, nothing can be done, but depending on the money the club can make in January, an operation would be undertaken. So it is very much possible that Alex Garcia could be signed. We'll see what ends up being the final figure. Hopefully it ends up being way cheaper than 20 million euros, and we get to pay for this player for only 12 million euros. That would be a huge win. And so again, circling back to Vitor Roque, it was made official a few days ago that Vitor Roque's presentation was supposed to be held on Wednesday, but now it says here, according to Roger Torreo, that Vitor Roque's presentation has been postponed and will take place on January 5th on Friday. And you guys were questioning whether a player needs to have a presentation before a game. No, that is not true. You can play a game and still have your presentation a few days later. The only problem that Barcelona have right now is the registration, and that's basically it. But I do assume that Joan Laporta will find a solution in time so Vitor Roque could play against Las Palmas, which we all do want to see. And so now lastly, I do want to speak about the final report. According to Javi Miguel, Rafinha and Lewandowski are always with Vitor Roque. They do not separate themselves for a second with Vitor. And I think that one of the reasons why Lewandowski and Rafinha are so close to him is because they want to have experienced attackers around Vitor and make Vitor feel like he's part of the group. And I assume that the players are probably telling Vitor, hey, look, this is what we're going through. This is how we're going to be playing. These are going to be the specific signals on the pitch that we are going to be communicating to each other. And I think that having personal chemistry, like actually just being friends, would lead to better performances on the pitch. Like I do think that is something very undervalued, is to have these players actually be friends, like actually like each other, not just be friends when they're on the pitch or in training and then not talk to each other at all outside of that. I think that what Lewandowski and Rafinha are trying to achieve here is to make Vitor Roque become best friends with the group of attackers and of course the other players. Very similar to the situation of MSN, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar. They had a great relationship on and off the pitch and they were always seen together, and that is why they were so successful and they were able to get the best out of each other. Maybe we could see the same thing with Rafinha, Lewandowski, and Vitor Roque, and something tells me that maybe Xavi might field a front three of Vitor Roque, Rafinha, and Lewandowski, with Vitor Roque playing as a left winger. I feel like that is the direction that we are going to head towards too, because Vitor Roque could play as a left winger, and we know that Lewandowski is unbenchable. So let me know in the comment sections, what do you think about having Vitor Roque on the left wing position with Rafinha on the right and Lewandowski in the center? Because we all thought that we were going to be seeing Joao Felix on the left, Vitor Roque as a striker, and Rafinha on the right, or Lamine Yamal on the right. And so that is going to be wrapped wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.